Good morning, Ines. Wonderful to see you. Well, it's not morning for you; it's actually afternoon. and
It's
I,
afternoon for me, for sure.
but I appreciate you joining from Miami. I'm assuming you're in Miami. It's where you're normally holed up throughout the year to talk about your upcoming trip to Australia. How are you feeling?
Oh my God, I am so excited. You know, I love Australians. You guys are the best. You have the best personalities. You are warm. You're embracing. The few Australians I know are my favorite people. So I can't imagine a room full of Australians.
Yeah, but what if we're all not like that? Like it could be
No,
shattering.
I that delete. No, just let me live in my bubble.
Well, we're going to find out soon enough, right? So
I'll let you
it'll
know
be
afterwards.
yeah, that'd be great. It'll be great to have you over here. Now, I would imagine there's a fair few people in Australia who don't know you yet. Obviously, we go back a fair way, but how would you describe the lens that you bring to real estate? Because you have a background in architecture, brokerage, technology, industry leadership, but you're also an active real estate agent and in leadership in that brokerage too.
Yes. So listen, I think my journey has been super organic. I never got into this business thinking I would be a realtor, would be involved in real estate. So I started as an architect, as you said. And then just life happened and doors kept opening in front of me. Like, for example, my husband was the techie one. I wasn't ever the technology one. And I was an early adopter to social media, as well as my blog is 18 years old. So you go back to thinking of how technology came to me. I didn't go to it. And it's been a really beautiful journey. The same goes with leadership. I got invited to speak a few times around the United States. And then I got invited to participate in the first YPN board for Miami Realtors. And from there, it just made sense. It made sense that you need to be in the right room, so there's a saying that that we use here a lot. Is like, I'd rather be in the room than on the menu. So I want to have a seat at the table and not be on the menu. So by being in leadership, you have an opportunity to make things happen, and that's important to me. That has been like my go-to piece, is knowing that being on that table, having a seat at that table, gives you that opportunity.
Yeah, excellent. And, I've obviously seen you in varying capacities over there in the US, executing in different ways. How does your architecture fit into all of this? Now, I've dealt with you in architecture through Box Brownie in the past, which is an interesting mix-up. But you are, in fact, an architect, are you not?
Yes. I have a bachelor's in architecture from the University of Miami. That's my first passion, my first love. I light up when there's a good space and a good room, and that's where my photography comes in as well, just because of composition and use of space. I never thought that architecture and real estate would be so related, but it just made sense. My husband and I started in commercial real estate management when we first got started. And then it just made sense for me to go towards the architecture side. And I specialized in historic properties and architecturally significant properties when I finally found my niche and my passion. And it was fun. It was great.
Yeah, it is funny or ironic, I suppose. Most people don't draw the two together, but it's amazing how often that they actually mix. Now, when you're over here, your keynote is going to be touching on real estate, technology, AI, and leadership. Why do you think this conversation matters so much right now?
You know what? I think real estate right now is just being challenged, and what's interesting from my perspective is that we think it's a United States thing, but it's global. And do we need a real estate agent to help us with the transaction? Do we need MLS? Do we need technology? What is AI going to do to the industry? Is AI going to replace the agent? I have so many theories on where it's going with that because it's moving so fast. But at the end of the day, I do think that it is our responsibility from the leadership standpoint to really pay attention to what's important right now. There's a lot of shiny objects, and we're not focusing on what matters. And I think it's an exciting part. I love challenges. A lot of times, and I know that the real estate industry has had a lot of ups and downs throughout the years, and we come out on top every single time. We're smart people. So I think there's an opportunity right now to make things really right. And on a global perspective, I think it's even more important.
Yeah, and that'll be. I'm looking forward to hearing you bring that message to Brisbane and Australia in general. Without giving away too much, what kind of mindset are you hoping that agents, we call them principals, like the broker owners are called principals over here, but agents and principals bring to the room for your session? What kind of mindset?
Come open-minded, open-minded to know that although you do things differently, you don't. We do things very the same. And I know every time I hear how a country works their real estate, and we call each other different things, but at the end of the day, the principles are very much the same. So come open-minded. I will try to question the way that you look at things and think of things. And I'll give you a little teaser. It's intellectual laziness, what AI is doing for us right now. So we're gonna talk about that a little bit as well. And just it's so easy to just view something for any LLM, and it comes back, and we're not double checking, where we lose our voice and our authenticity. So there's many things that need to happen from the leadership perspective to make sure that we inform and educate our agents.
Well, on that leadership perspective, like you've shared, you've been a leader in various roles, whether that's from your brokerage perspective, in your capacity in Miami there. Do you do you have any further leadership aspirations in your career?
I actually don't, and I never did, because a lot of people are like, "Oh, you were chairman of Miami Realtors, which is the largest local association in the United States." Now it's going to be the largest local globally because we just merged two associations. So now it's over 93,000 members just from Miami, and the reality is, again, very organic. I'm serving to serve. I'm serving for the right purposes, and then doors continue opening, and I've been invited to continue my path of leadership. There's some paths that are a lot harder than others. So, like, for example, going through Florida, leadership at Florida, it's like a 7-year path. And I'm not prepared to give 7 years of my life right now for that. But I will continue volunteering in committees and different types of things in both national and local and state.
Yeah, excellent. Outside of real estate, outside of your keynote, what are you looking forward to doing in Australia when you get over here?
Oh my God. So, there's certain places that are bucket items, that you want to visit. And the Great Barrier Reef is one of them. And I understand it's going to be winter when we go. So, and I hate cold water. So we're trying to plan how I'm going to get in that water.
No,
But
it's not really. It's not really ever. It's not really ever winter up there. It's too close to the equator. So you got the Great Barrier Reef. What else do you want to see?
well, we've talked a few things like the
Mm,
zoo. Um,
yeah.
it's one of them. I mean, that there are just everyone around the world knows,
Mm,
what is the family's name? I always
the Irwins.
Steve,
Yeah, the Irwins.
Steve Irwin.
Stephen and Bindi and Robert. The young Robert. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
You know, my middle son played rugby here in the States, which is a different monster. And
Yeah.
so I want to go to a rugby game. That's
Yeah, that would be cool. Well, we'll see how many of those things we can make happen. And is there? I probably should have asked. Is there anything that you don't want to see when you're in Australia?
no,
No.
no, I don't have enough days.
Oh no. See, normally I get answers like snakes and spiders and things that kill you, sharks, and but no, you seem pretty cool with that.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I don't like cockroaches. Other than that, I'll be fine.
So if somebody's listening to this and deciding whether to attend the Real Estate Institute of Queensland's LIFT conference, what would you say they should expect from your keynote without revealing the punchline?
Um, I would hope, because I always have a hope of when I prepare a presentation like that, that they would leave with another perspective of the role within the real estate industry. I think that's my goal. My goal is we kind of are status quo with what we do every day, and we get busy with life, and we don't realize that we need to open up and maybe open our horizon to just being more open minded. So that's what I'm hoping for it.
Well, Ines, we're looking forward to hosting you here in Australia. We certainly, I'm looking forward to having you over here. I think it's been. Is this your first time to Australia?
It's my first time to Australia, and I have to ask you a question actually. How should I prepare for people to understand my accent?
No, I actually
Do
think
I have to do any Duolingo?
so. I think you're going to be pretty understandable.
Well, I hope. I hope. If not, we can have a good laugh at the end of the day.
Yeah, no, we certainly will. There'll be a few. I'm sure there'll be a few Australian terms that you don't understand. I think they come out when we're talking normally, and you have to stop and say, "I need subtitles for that." Or, well, it's good to see you. Thank you so much for jumping on our podcast before the weekend this afternoon, your time, this morning, mine. I'm looking forward to catching up with both you and Ricky when you're over here, and I can't wait. So, yeah, but we'll see you in a month. I think it is. Yeah, a month and a bit.
I can't wait as well. So thank you.
Before the week